Okay, I know I promised that we have to go to put up all the videos from Singapore and Malaysia. Problem with that is that our internet right now is completely worthless. It's just ridiculously slow. Because of the quarantine, everyone is using internet. But the funny part is that our internet, like the modem internet, that internet is super slow. But if I go by and refill my phone and uses the same LTE tower, it's suddenly super fast. Explain that to me if you want to. Anyway, I can give a little update on what's happening around here. Philippines is in complete lockdown right now. Curfew for a lot of people in the evenings and afternoons. YouTube. Hey, say hello. Hello. I haven't done YouTube for a while. She's just like, who is he talking to? Yeah, you're still crazy when you talk by it for yourself. Anyway, Philippines are in lockdown. I think it was like a week ago when all the islands went into lockdown, so you're not allowed to travel between islands, and that includes flights. So they cut down all the flights, but they are like sweeper flights. So they come with like a Hercules, pick up people in different airports and drop them off in Manila, so the people that are stuck here can get home. It goes better or depending on what country you come from. If you're Swedish, not so much. The Swedish government doesn't give a fucking damn about the Swedish people. None. Zero. Like Polish government, they took a whole airplane and went over here and picked up people. Russians, of course, picked up people. Italy, which is like super hard hit with coronavirus right now, they send an airplane to come over. But Sweden could not send an airplane to pick up the people. It's 440 Swedish people that are stuck here right now. That's pretty much a full airplane, isn't it? No. But we can send airplanes to Iran and Morocco to pick up Swedish people that went on vacation to the country they fled from. So that just that for a little bit, and then you can see, yeah. And I know everyone's gonna hate me because I was filming like this, but whatever. You can, I don't know, hoppa upp och sätta dig, as we say in Swedish. I will translate not. Anyway, what else? Yeah, got fired. Not fired, but our main customer that we use for selling, they stopped like abruptly this Monday, and said nope, no more sales through our company at all. Which we actually pretty much knew it's gonna happen. They have been handling their sales very, very, very badly for the last, I don't know, 6 months probably. But that what happens when you put non-sales people in charge of sales. It's gonna crash and burn, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. So pretty soon I will probably see that company is gonna be taken over by a larger company in Sweden and Denmark and other places. Pretty sure about that. Anyway, but we got something else that we are selling and doing right now. I don't know if I'm gonna say it here, but anyway, everyone that knows me can go into my Facebook and see exactly what I'm doing right now. We're selling some kind of protective. You wear it around your neck. It's big as a card like this, and inside the card it contains chlor granulates, I think it is, if it's chlor. I know in Swedish how to say it, but anyway, when this come in contact with oxygen, it produces chlor dioxide. Chlorine dioxide, which is a disinfectant gas that you use in hospitals and stuff like that. So that I'm selling right now. Just jump to my Facebook if you want to look at it, and you get a $10 discount. Perfect. Anyway, I think that will be okay for now. What else? Yeah, we're super hot over here. Oh yeah, the government is gonna start delivering food, but we are not gonna get that much because we are apparently not on the poor people's list. I wonder why. Anyway, so we're gonna get some, but I also saw some on Facebook that people got like 1 kilo of rice. 1 kilo rice, like my wife will eat that like in one day. not enough. And I refuse to eat the disgusting fish boulad they have here. Boulad is, I don't know, dried, salted, disgusting fish. It smells so bad. Every person I'm married to a Filipina, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that fish, when they put it in the pan, you have to go outside the house because it's gonna smell so bad for like hours. And that's also what you want people to eat here, but no. Good that restaurants are still delivering food. Thank you, 3 crowns, for delivering pizza and burgers. Yes. So yeah, we are using that. The only place I know that is delivering food right now. If you know any other in Malmö, please put down the comments. I think that's it. I don't. Oh yeah. Anyway, we can talk about the trip a little bit instead of showing the videos. First of all, a little background on why we went to Singapore and Malaysia. Because I'm Swedish, the Swedish government can't afford to put in the machines for making new passports in Manila. So we have to go to a different country to produce new passports, to put in the biometrics and the fingerprints and shit like that for a new passport. So we had to go to Singapore. We chose Singapore because I wanted to go to Malaysia and I wanted to show my wife also like Kuala Lumpur and stuff like that, which I still haven't also seen. And I haven't seen at the time. And Singapore is also quite interesting. I wanted to see Singapore a little bit, but now after everything, I don't want to go back to Singapore. It's so expensive and it's so, I don't know, has no feeling, no soul, no whatsoever. And also because of the Swedish embassy there, I don't know. It's open 3 hours a day, between 9 and 12. Only do passport thing between only Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you miss it, which we did with 10 minutes on Monday, we came 10 minutes past 12 and we were not allowed in and do something. So we had to come back, and I had to come back on Wednesday. Problem with that is that we didn't stay in Singapore. We stayed in a place called Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru is like an extension of Singapore, but it stretches into Malaysia. So all the workers in Singapore lives in Johor Bahru pretty much. You don't live in Singapore if you work in Singapore. I mean, maybe the super rich do, but the people that work in the service industry, the food makers, all of that, not a fucking chance. It's so expensive in Singapore, so they have to live in Malaysia. So that means every morning, I think it was like 50,000 people are coming from Malaysia into Singapore over the border. So when we went there Monday morning, it was, I don't know how long we stayed, 3 hours, I think. 3 hours to cross into Singapore. And then we took actually a taxi from directly when we crossed the border in to get to our embassy. And the embassy address was wrong. So we ended up in the wrong place, and then we have to go to a different place where the embassy was. So great that the embassy has moved also, and they also updated their address everywhere. Thank you so much for that, the Swedish Embassy of Singapore. And hello, Cyrus.
Yeah, I told him that.
That's my sunglasses.
Okay. He doesn't want to give it to me.
Okay, thank you. It's my sunglasses. Thank you, Cyrus. It's my cool sunglasses. I can wear them now. Anyway, so Singapore, I'm not gonna go back. Malaysia, it was awesome. I mean, I have no problem with the food, but my wife and my son had a little bit of problem because we was asking for like not spicy food. Good luck, it doesn't exist. No non-spicy food exists.
No Malaysia for me. I'm gonna be so thin.
We actually lost lots of kilos there, but that's maybe because we was walking a lot. Anyway, Indian food is the cheapest food, of course, but you can choose anything you want there. And I think we went to one restaurant, an Arabic restaurant actually, and all you know that knows me, Arabs. We spent, I think, 165, 180. I think it was 180 ringgit, which is I don't know, 2,500 pesos for one, not one meal, but for me, Cyrus and Junalin. Food was awesome. Service was even better. But I don't know. We never saw the receipt, and suddenly it was so much. So I don't know if they cheated us. I'm pretty sure they did, because there was sitting police inside the restaurant also. In general, I would say really good food. Absolutely clean everywhere. No dogs, no homeless people, no nothing. And just super friendly, extremely free, extremely friendly free people. No problem speaking English. You could always find someone that spoke English. Uh, Not as much as the people speak English in the Philippines, though, but still. Everyone's like super friendly about us with Cyrus. They always will talk to him and say hello to him and give him a high five and stuff like that. And I really like that. Taxis so inexpensive. We took Grab everywhere we're gonna go. It's like, we're gonna maybe gonna do a little bit cheaper. We take the trains. No, why? Completely unnecessary. A Grab ride costs 65 pesos. I mean, it's nothing. 6 ringgit. Come on, it's yeah, whatever. If you take a taxi here, it's double the price easily. A taxi in Sweden, I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's like 5,000 pesos to take a taxi from where I lived in Sweden to central of Stockholm. Not a chance. Anyway, yeah, we pretty much decided that if we are gonna go somewhere, we have to start saving for a lot of money and see where we're gonna go. But I want to go back to Malaysia. I want to see the northern part of Malaysia, or Penang, how it looks like today, and a little bit of that. My wife want to see Vietnam. I also want to see Vietnam. I want to go there and take a look how that looks like. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna travel more now when my wife finally has been on an airplane and experience the big difference between really nice airports and the shitty airport that they have here in Cebu. I would actually include Manila's airport with that. They are so bad compared to Kuala Lumpur, for example, or Singapore. You can't even compare with. It's one of the best airports in the whole world. But Kuala Lumpur is super nice. You have hundreds and hundreds of stores. In Cebu, you have one store that serve you before you come into the immigration. One store that serves you a burger or a sandwich for 500 pesos. That's 100 Swedish kroners. 100 Swedish kroners for a sandwich, and you haven't even come in through the tax-free zone yet. And when you come into the tax-free zone, sure, you have all of these places that sell all of this extremely expensive. The prices suddenly went from pesos to dollars. So all the prices inside of the airport was dollars if you're gonna buy alcohol or chocolate or whatever. And then you come to a cafe and you look at the cafe sign and like, oh my god, I would probably want a burger with fries. That would be awesome. No, 1,650 for a burger, pesos. That is so. What is that? 300 Swedish kroners. 300 Swedish kroners for a burger with fries inside the airport. That's more expensive than Norway's airport, I think. I think so. Or you can go to. I went to Burger King instead, and it's like 100 Swedish kroners for a burger. So yeah, it's okay. Anyway, I think that's it. Oh yeah, we weren't almost not allowed to come back into Cebu. So we were at airport in Kuala Lumpur and they told us, no, the immigration in Cebu is not going to allow you to come in. Reason? Because my passport is less than 6 months validity. So I'm not allowed to come in. Problem with also is that it's a tourist and stuff like that. But we were traveling together, which they told us to do, and bring the marriage contract, which we also did. And after 1.5 hours, after talking to a lot of people and being angry and stuff like that, which you shouldn't be in Asia, whatever, but I can't stop myself. We were finally allowed to go through the immigration in Kuala Lumpur. Pretty much with we don't care what happens with you guys in Cebu if you're gonna get stopped there, but which is okay with us, because if we are in Cebu and we're not allowed to come in, we can at least deal with the people there in my wife's own language, which is way better. Just leave the problems without. And I was told I'm not allowed back into Kuala Lumpur. I'm probably pretty sure that's what I mean is I'm not allowed in on my old passport. My new passport I will pick up in Cebu whenever the Swedish state decides that I have to produce it and send it over to the embassy of Manila, the embassy in Manila, and then the consulate in Cebu. Anyway, have a good time, boys and girls. See you later.